Welcome everyone to docket 9815 CE100, the application for the Certificate of Public Convenience and Necessity of Northern Prairie Solar. It's for authority to construct a solar electric generation facility. This is Michael Newmark, the Administrative Law Judge for the PSC, and we are here this evening to take public comments. We had convened a hearing session at 2 p.m. and for the same purpose, and we'll be hearing from parties and commission staff on Friday, January 20th at 10 a.m. with the same Zoom connection. So we are on Zoom, and we have the applicant, commission staff, and members of the public in attendance. And like I said, today we're taking public comment. We're also receiving public comments in writing. And that needs to be received by the commission by January 20th. Either through the commission's website or by U.S. mail. We have 59 comments on file so far. So the basic process here, or the reason why we're here, is to take public comments. We will be recording these comments. So we're live streaming, but we're also transcribing comments. And the transcription of this proceeding will be entered into the record and provided to the commissioners. The three individuals that decide this case, they'll receive all the record evidence, including the evidence from the parties and the public comments. And then once they review all of that documentation, they'll make a decision on the case in an open meeting. And then a written order will be issued. It'll be emailed to the utility and posted to the commission's website. So at this point, I don't think we have much else to cover, but we do have one member of the public, at least, that wishes to make a comment this evening. So just wanted to let you know some of the ground rules. It's pretty simple. I'll just swear you in and get your name and have you give your opinion on the case. Also, just in terms of the logistics here, if you just can speak very slowly and clearly so the court reporter can hear you and transcribe your comment. So that's pretty much all the ground rules. So I do believe we have Brian Zahn. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, great. So first I'm going to swear you in. So please raise your right hand. And do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Let's just state your name and give your comment, please.
Okay, my name is Brian Zahn. I'm a property owner that's going to be essentially surrounded by the construction project on three sides of my property. I own 13 acres in Cylon Township. My main concern is the solar map and its positioning that it is currently. It's currently drawn bordering both highways within 50, 60 feet of the road, running east and west alongside the highway. My property enters to the home we live in on that 13 acres right off the highway. The property on the north side of Highway 64 that the solar field is planning on going in currently accesses through our driveway for all the tractors and everything that when they do their farming there. So we're obviously concerned about our property values is one thing. We have other issues with, the fences going up all the way around our whole property. We purchased the land, obviously, for hunting and for our own, leisure and pleasure that we do here. So it's going to drastically affect anything and everything we did to purchase this property. Essentially making what I thought was my perfect home, in my mind, not that anymore. And, my whole family is very torn up by the whole thing. My suggestion to them was maybe we could adjust the boundary lines if we can't stop the whole idea of it. I understand solar is important to environment and where we're heading, but to put it up right alongside people's homes, which is what they're trying to do, in case the whole property and solar panels, and then say that it doesn't have an effect on the homeowner or the value of their property or their their way of life. That's a false statement. So I think that is pretty much everything here. I mean, we have obvious concerns with construction if that was to start, noise, all of that. Neighbors to our west commenting that if it goes through, they would try to sell their land immediately and possibly also sell it to the solar field, which would then encompass all four sides of my property. And it looks like there's possibility of cutting down about 80 acres of woods to the south of my home for the project. And then I have another 40 acres of woods to the west of me, which may or may not go up for sale immediately. So that is where we're at, and it's a major concern, and we don't know what more to really do about it than, make comments and hope that the public will kind of get on our side at least with, either stopping the project or at least considering the residents in the area and maybe moving boundaries back so that there's a comfortable area so that we can all kind of coincide.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So I was just curious, can you give us the address of your property? Just want to make sure we can pinpoint that when we review the record.
Absolutely. So my property is 2476 State Road 64, Emerald, Wisconsin, 54013. And as I stated, I'm right in the center of the project. So.
Okay, and just curious about the driveway use. Is that, you said that they were using it for farming, so that's not the applicant. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so my driveway, we live on the highway, and they don't have many entry points, or they don't allow more entry points into the property. So the property, my 13 acres was also part of the 27 originally, and that was the entry point to the old farmhouse. Since then, it was split in a divorce, and the old house had been torn down, and I have the 13 acres. So we built our house on that. So they still only allow one entry point, or they have to this point, one entry point into the property for the part of the solar project. So the farmers have always came in my driveway, and then they take and head to the east into the farm field. So that's been going on since I've been here for 21 years. So that's the only entry point.
Okay, and when you say they allow, you're talking about DOT or the county?
Well, yeah. So when when I purchased my land, I had talked about possibly putting in my own driveway, and that was through the DOT. I think also through St. Croix County. It's been it was 02 when I went through all this, but there was already the one driveway there on the property, and it was split. It's almost down the middle. It's right about the center of the property line. It's where the driveway or the entry point is. So we essentially had a shared driveway coming off the highway, myself and then the field to the east of me, which is where a lot of the project butts up to the highway, and then it all ends up behind my property as it heads to the west, and it ends up behind Doyle's property as it heads to the west, and also the neighbor, drawing a blank right now, Simonson's property. So that seems to be the entry point, and that's a minor issue, but we can't have everybody's construction and all of everything that comes with it entering through my driveway, and essentially, and then it's all drawn to be 50 feet off my fence line, which is only about 200 feet from my front door of my house. So okay,
well, I think we have the information, and commission staff also, we have the location for it, so they can look into that a little bit more if needed. But thank you for your comment, bringing that to my attention. I don't know if at this point if commission staff has looked into that, your particular location, but at least we've flagged that for us for review.
Yeah, so that's I'm the most affected by the whole map as far as I can tell. That we have a couple other neighbors up and down the highway that also are affected, but you'll see right there, my house is almost completely engulfed in the project. So yeah.
Okay, well, thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we did have one other person call in, a member of the public. So just wanted to give you a chance if you change your mind, if you'd like to comment.
The only thing I wanted to note, I've made most of my comments already online via the
Okay.
file a comment.
And if you want to add to that, I'm just going to need to swear you in and get your name. So that's
Sure.
Okay, great. All right, so let's do your name. Well, let's swear you in first. So raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, and state your name for us, please.
Amanda, last name is Quade, spelled Q-U-A, D as in Delta, E as in Echo.
Okay, great. Yeah, go ahead with your comment.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I think most of the comments that I wanted to make have already been filed online. But the only thing I did want to note was that my parents' property that I spoke of is not identified on the project, in any of the project maps that I saw as a non-participating property or as a property at all. And they would
Okay.
be on the east side, would be southeast side of Highway 6364.
Is there an address or a property number? Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
2511 State Road 64, Emerald, Wisconsin, 54013.
Okay, I'm not sure. So I heard 8 Road, but I don't know if that's what you meant. So
State Road. State
Gate?
Road. State, as in state of Wisconsin.
State. Oh, okay. There you go. That makes sense. Okay. Just not hearing right. Okay, great. Thanks. So you didn't think that was, wasn't listed as a non-participating property. Is that what you
I
said?
didn't actually at all. I had sent an email to William Taylor and he thought it may be an oversight, but I just wanted to know that there was a residence there.
Okay. Okay. But you have a separate property in the area?
I live like probably 4 or 5 miles from the project area. My parents own a farm just to the west of the project, southwest. So they would be bordered kind of on 2 sides by the project.
And that's this state road property you're talking about?
Correct.
Okay. So did your parents receive the notice of proceeding or any communications about the project?
We did receive, I believe, something, but I believe it was from the township. I don't believe it, but I don't recall seeing their name anywhere on some of those mailing lists that were documented on the PSC website. I know there were some mailing lists there, and I couldn't find my parents on any of those.
Okay. And you said that commission staff has that information now.
I could email it to William or to someone if you'd like, but that's their address, and I could give you their names if you'd wish.
Yeah, if you can give it to us now, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, their name is Scott and Mary. Last name is Ellevold, spelled E as in Echo, L, E as in Echo, V as in Victor, O, L, D as in Delta.
Okay, great. Thanks.
And that's all I had.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so someone just joined us, indicate with the screen name Deer Park. So this is the public hearing session for the Northern Prairie solar case, and we're taking public comments at this time. Are you a member of the public that wishes to make a comment? No comments from Deer Park? All right. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we have anyone else for comments. And it's about 15 minutes after 6. Just to be sure, this is the most activity we've had with public comments in a while. So just in case we were looking at getting some more people connected, let's just go into recess for like 5 minutes. We'll give it till 6:20 to take more comments to see if anyone else connects to the hearing at this time. So just sit tight till 6:20 and we'll see if we get anyone else joining us. Okay, it's 6:20, and I believe we have no new members of the public in attendance. So we can adjourn today's hearing. We will be back on Friday at 10 a.m. for the party hearing session. I want to thank everyone for joining us and participating, and we will forward the transcript of this hearing to the commissioners. So I appreciate everyone's comments, and take care. Good night.